What a joke. The Fed, Pelosi, the left, and free money. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard. It is Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, April the 5th. What a day. What a week. Obviously, the Fed just can't stay out. They're now come in 6 times, okay? Plus the massive stimulus package that is out and more to come potentially. Of course, Friday was a little bit of a disaster trying to get all these programs in. And of course, my bank wasn't even equipped to do it, JP Morgan. Okay. So again, we've got a major problem in technology. Of course, our technology, for some reason, with all the technology experts we have in the world or in the United States, we're still working with technology from about 1950. Amazing that we have the worst set of highways, the worst set of technology when we are the biggest and strongest country. It makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know. Of course, that's because our great Congress and like to spend money on everything but what's important. So we'll see. And of course, the Fed, which is a total joke to begin with, and again, way off of their original charter from 1913. Okay, and doing things that, I don't know. I tell you, the world's largest legalized Ponzi scheme is in full effect. And if we're not careful, we will become a nation of socialists without Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren, okay? No matter who's in the office, okay? If we let this continue to happen, okay, and let this free money train come, they are going to destroy the currency. Okay, they are going to destroy everything and we'll have nothing. Okay, and we will be socialists. There will be just the very elite, or in other countries called the oligarchs. Okay, and there'll be the rest. Okay, don't think it can't happen. Right? You're watching the destruction of the currency, and now that they want to go to digital currency, which will hide all the debt and make it all go away, it's an absolute joke what's going on here. Okay, this is the point where we know it's a challenge. We know the jobs are a challenge, which we'll get into. We know everything that's going on. But there are times when you just have to let certain companies fail. Okay, that is the true evolution of business. Okay, if you're not strong enough to make it, you fail. But yet, here we are building just a bigger tax bill for future. Okay, now again, those of us at my age will not have to worry about it because it won't happen that fast. But again, by the time your children or grandchildren get there, this will be no different than any other socialized nation in the world. Okay, if somebody doesn't step up now and quit the crap that goes on in the government, okay, and with Congress and with the Senate, and again, I don't care which party you are, at this thing, this has been going on long before all you Trump haters hated Donald Trump. Okay, you have allowed it to happen throughout all of these elections and whatever, letting these people, okay, destroy the country because you want that free money, because you want those ridiculous benefits, because you want, and you want to give up nothing for it. Okay, that is what we have now facing us. Okay, is the destruction of currency, the destruction of everything. Because we are we're not seeing the big picture. We are continuing to see only the immediate return of some free dough. So this coronavirus is exposing a lot of things that are really bad. Okay, which is all of the free money that is given out. The continuation of creating more debt, with no plans on ever repaying it back. Okay. So again, we have a lot of phony valuations because of the crap that's going on. And again, if we continue to let it, it will destroy this economy. I don't care. Again, I'm not an economist. I'm not an educated economist. Okay. But it's pretty evident to see what's going on. Okay, it's pretty evident to watch. Although we continue to hear there's no inflation, we got to make more and more money just to get through each period. So, hey, I'm totally against it. Okay, I think it's a joke. Okay, you want to change something? Give a tax holiday. That's what you want. That's what you should be doing. Okay. Again, the Fed 6 interventions in 2 weeks with interest rates. Really? Come on. This is what you're seeing worldwide. Okay. That's what you're going to end up having. That's my opinion. Okay. Whether or not I'm right or not, I don't know. I'm not a trained economist. Of course, if I was trained like them, we'd all be bust. So again, only the rich will have all the money. Okay. Which is why you ever notice that it's only the very wealthy that want all these fancy programs. Okay, so we'll see. Hey, what can I say? In the meantime, those of you who tried to fight the Fed in your trading, you lost, right? Yeah, listen, I can vouch for the Badger and myself back in 08. We tried to fight the Fed, and we lost. You can't beat them right now. I mean, they've got too much phony money. They've got too much monopoly money, allowing them to do what they do. Okay, so they can outprint me. I don't have the right to print. If I was printing money, I'd be in jail. Okay, or in bankruptcy court. I don't get the same rights to run the Ponzi scheme. So you fight the Fed, you lose. Okay, it's pretty simple. Okay, and again, this is what you're up against, which is why you see the bond market's going to Pluto and trading like never before. Okay, I mean, we are basically a sugar rush economy. Give us that instant gratification, okay? Which goes back to what we always talk about, that we're a society that lives week to week, okay? Paycheck to paycheck, okay? Where most people aren't prepared for what's going on right now. And we all should have be somewhat prepared for always an emergency, okay? Any advisor will tell you that you need to have money put away for a rainy day, for a rainy period when things are not going the way they should go. But again, what does anybody care? And of course, the jobs number, which everybody's making a big deal about, okay? First of all, it was the jobless claims last week and now this week. We knew it was, well, are we not smart enough to realize that people aren't working? I mean, let's face it, in real time and in real facts, people aren't working. Nothing is open. I haven't been out of the house in 15 days other than to take a walk. Okay, maybe my mom hasn't been out of the house in 23 days. So they won't even let her out of her apartment where she lives now. So again, are we thinking that somehow people are magically working at all the service businesses that we run? Restaurants, if they're open at all, very skeleton crews. Banks, if they're open at all, very skeleton crews. Drugstores, only probably 10 or 15% of the population is working because nothing else is open. So other than the people that work for home, okay, who's going to work? So do we really think that the numbers were going to be somehow magically better? But of course, the markets knew, because after the number came out Thursday, the markets rallied. Okay. After the numbers came out Friday morning with the jobs number, the market rallied. Now, it did end up selling off late, but it did rally, and it also rallied late. So again, the jobs number is not the thing that's going to affect the market. We know that's part of it. But we were in a recession, or the early stages. What the coronavirus is doing is accelerating the recession. Okay? So hopefully we'll get it cured and we'll get out of the recession faster than we would normally get out. But again, there's no reason to believe that it was going to change. And of course, all the free money in the world isn't going to change it, because again, unfortunately, the money is really not free. It comes with debt. Okay. So, now again, laughable, private equity firms want a piece of this free money too. The guys that make fortunes or lose fortunes, okay, on your money, okay, that have a quirky tax break, the way they have to pay their taxes, they want to get some of this free money too. So they don't have employees. They're not a small business, okay, yet they want to participate in getting some of this free money, because everybody realizes, especially if it's going to be forgiven, okay, that you're getting free money. So why not take it? Okay. So again, now, again, there's big speculation that there's going to be a big adverse movement in stocks going forward because buybacks are being cut in half. And look, at the end of the day, buybacks should be cut back. Okay. Now, again, I'm a big believer of the free market, but again, you have to at some point, draw the line and see if you're truly seeing a solid economy or something that's more artificial. Okay. And again, I believe that if companies want to buy back, let them buy in the free market like everybody else. Okay. Again, I think that's something that we need to be, having more and better jobs of. Now, again, we know this, right? Nobody's driving. So gas, where I am, gas was $1.39 now. We had a big rally in oil last week, but really, when you look at it, I mean, so car sales are getting crushed. Okay. Now, if you go back to 2008, okay, what was one of the first signs that there was a meltdown coming? That's when the car dealers or the car makers went to 0% financing, and they did it again. And now they're giving loans for 7, 8, 9 years. Okay. And of course, obviously nobody's driving, so they're not selling cars. I mean, you can't go see a car. There is nowhere to go. So we've got obviously a lot of issues, and hopefully they'll get Corona under control. But again, if people will not stay home, it's going to be hard to get under control. Okay. We've had a lot of people that really are disobeying the proper protocol. Okay. Which again, that's just prolonging what's going on. And again, they will find a vaccine. They will find to stop this eventually. Okay. You got the entire world working on it. You got the smartest people. They'll figure it out. But in the meantime, we need to stop it from spreading so that we can actually reopen the country and get back. Because even when we reopen, we will not be in, full operational mode. You can bet your ass that in sports, which is a big economy itself, okay, with the vendors and everybody else, the car parkers, vendors, restaurants there, the restaurants on the way there, alcohol, that you're going to see, there's going to be, when they come back, if they come back this year, there'll be no fans. Okay, these will be empty stadiums that the players will be running, and the TV will do fine. And TV revenue will be great. But the guys, the people that really need the money, the vendors, won't be able to participate. Okay, and again, remember, those people, a lot of those people, that's their whole job, their whole year. Okay, so it's good. Look, even when we come back, we're not coming all the way back for probably a couple of years before we get everything under control and get people comfortable going to big stadiums, sitting with 60 or 80,000 people. But in the meantime, that's where we are. We'll see what happens. We're going to do our best. But again, we have got to step up as Americans and put an end to some of this crap that's going on, because it ain't good. This is Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, March the 5th. We're going to stop out here for a break. We'll be back with more of Bubba's Bottom Line. Well, kids, obviously, hopefully you were able to catch my micro mini webinar yesterday. Obviously, nobody's got anywhere to go, I hope. And it was a great one. And, we talked about everything. We talked about how we know about drawdowns. We tell you that there's going to be drawdowns. We're coming out of one right now, or we're in one right now. It looks like we should be coming out. Again, as I like to say, there ain't no free lunch. But if you didn't see it or you'd like to see it, just email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. I'll be happy to send it to you. And, of course, don't forget about our brokerage partners. I mean, CTG does a great job, okay? Real great service and great product. They do all of our letter direction stuff. And they've got some great products there as well that, if you're looking for some investing needs, trying to supplement or do things. So at CTG, if you want a link for them, just email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. And, of course, don't forget about Tradier for equities. They are truly a free broker, $10 a month flat, no charge, no other charges. They do a great job. So if you want to get a hold of them, all you do is email me. I'll send you their special link for our program. And of course, don't forget about our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. Let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line and, of course, yours truly. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, April the 5th. Okay. And of course, it was a fairly flat week last week. Again, 600 points is not much one way or the other. So again, fairly flat. I think there's some interesting things going on in markets. Again, liquidity sucks. That's something that's very important. Is if you're a trader, liquidity is very important, and there has not been much. Okay, the speed of the market is very fast, very little liquidity. Okay, in the meantime, okay, we had, like, we'll call that an inside week, which means that last week was inside, the highs and lows were inside of the week before. So we didn't commit to a direction, whether to be back up or to be back down. We kind of sat there. So we'll see where we go from here. Now, again, our positions remain the same. We are along the Dow futures. We are along the S&P futures. We are along the Russell futures. We are short the NASDAQ futures. That is where we are. Those are our positions as they sit today. Okay, and they'll be there that way at least until Monday night or Tuesday morning. Okay, because that's when we would reverse out. So again, I don't know. I don't think the markets will call that good. I think there's more bad stuff coming. But again, I follow the algorithm and the portfolios exactly without an opinion. Okay, which I can prove my point with what's next, and that's oil. Okay, all week, including last Sunday, I said that oil had probably found a bottom. We were short oil. Okay, and of course, we were short oil from the mid-50s, so I'm not going to complain. But simply, I knew at some point it was going to find a bottom. And of course, this week it did find a bottom and exploded Thursday, Friday, going from 21, 22 all the way to 29. Okay, so we will be reversing oil tonight or tomorrow morning. But we are now going to be long oil. We're short going in. And it looks like with the talks may be breaking down between Saudi Arabia and Russia and this whole deal out there that kind of sparked the rally. Now, I think the rally came from obviously too many people were short, but that kind of sparked the rally. Okay, if that falls apart, maybe oil falls back down and gives us at least a better entry. But again, when you're looking at commodities, they find certain levels. It's just hard to believe they can go much lower. They're not like equity companies that have to worry about other things like earnings and secretaries sleeping with the CEO and all that other stuff. This is just straight supply-demand model, so we'll see. In the meantime, we are short going in, but we will be long after tonight. Bonds, we continue to remain long. The Fed continues to fiddle around, and of course, bonds and moves that are just unbelievable. Okay, and they just keep going up. I mean, that's even more unbelievable. But again, interest rates just keep falling and falling. They have to get one of those buttons, help, I've fallen, I can't get up, okay? Because there is no time soon that looks like is going to be, that interest rates are going to change, although the economy can could have supported higher rates. But right now, obviously, nobody's borrowing. You can't borrow anyways. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. So, we'll see where we go from here. And gold had a solid week, higher. Looks like it wants to press up against those highs. Now we're long gold. It looked pretty ugly, and we were on the cusp of potentially reversing. Well, now we bounced back quite a bit. Now we're also long platinum and silver, but they both look like rat crap. I mean, they don't look good overall. They look like they want to go lower. And again, we're long. I just don't like it. Okay, pretty simple. Copper is short, and it's still short, and it's still going down. Okay. Net gas. Now, net gas has been going down as well. And interestingly enough, again, you would think that with all people staying home much more, there might be a little bit more demand, but there has not been. So we'll see. We'll stay short the net gas for now. And I think the dollar is now had that V-shaped bottom, right? We talked about that last week. They had sold off so hard. So now they re-rallied it right back to just over par. So we're still short of it, but again, I wouldn't be surprised to see it change soon, but look for the dollar to, unless something changes, to now fall back a little bit. The Fed has been trying to weaken the dollar, and I think that's what we're going to see here, okay? The Fed, has been trying very hard to weaken it, and they just can't get it down. But they're going to try to do something else, I'm sure, because again, that is a problem on creating exports and things like that. So we'll see where we go from here. The poor ag space, man, what a tragedy is going on there right now. I mean, again, if you look at the meats, okay, I mean, last week, hogs down, limit down 3 days in a row. Fats and feeders both down limit a couple of days, and it's like we're just getting crushed. Okay, now, we've been short those, but again, I think that we're at some kind of level where we're going to see some buying come in. Again, this is very similar to to the oil market, to any market in commodities. Again, this goes to commodities. Are we going to stop eating? Okay, is the demand for food going to be over? Yes, I know restaurants are closed, but people still got to eat. They're still going to grocery stores. Okay, so I don't know. I think this has been well overdone. There's been some funny business going on with cash over futures, but hey, look, we're short, but I know there's going to be a pretty solid bounce coming in here, and the pattern is just ugly, and it'll be interesting tomorrow because hogs will open up with a $6 potential limit tomorrow. So we'll see. Again, I can't say they won't go down any farther, but again, it's really disgusting. And certainly, had I not been in the algorithm, I would now be looking for a spot to buy them anyway. Okay, and grains. I mean, wheat looks okay. I mean, they don't look horrible. Well, corn looks pretty bad, but they just keep going down. Okay, it's like nobody cares. There's no demand, and there we go. Okay, now again, in my eyes, there's value down here somewhere. In my eyes, there should be a pretty big rally. But again, we're long beans, we're long wheat, short corn. And again, I think that at some point that you're going to want to be long them all. And that would be, so if I'm a farmer, I'm not selling at these prices. I'm keeping it in my bins. The only way I'm selling here, if I'm a farmer, is if I have to pay for storage, I ain't paying for storage. I would sell and then get long the board. Okay. But if I can store, I'm storing everything. I'm not selling anything here. Okay. Unless I have to. Okay. Because again, to me, it's silly. Okay. Because these prices are just laughable. Okay. But again, it's been a very challenging week. Okay. It's been a very challenging time overall. And again, obviously there's no ethanol demand, so that's hurting corn. I mean, corn is really, if you take out the ethanol value, is back at 1990 prices. So again, it's messed up. Now, farmers certainly should be hedging your fuel costs for the next year. Okay, that you should be doing. Okay, again, there's certain things that you can hedge. Okay, and if you should be hedging feed cost if you're a feeder guy. Okay, so again, there's things you should be doing. Okay, in the meantime, who knows what this week will bring? I mean, again, right now everybody rushes in on this free money thing. But again, I say that it's going to be a bigger problem overall. I still believe we've got a lot more room to go on the downside. Now, again, I'm not predicting anything. I mean, my positions. I gave them to you clearly, but my own opinion is there's a lot more room to go on the downside. All right, and we'll see. As earnings season starts to come in, and what some of these changes that are made. But again, the first thing to remember is the markets lack liquidity right now. So don't try to be an active trader in here. You can only get hurt. Okay. So, again, if you're going to build a position, great. I got no problem with that. But don't try to be active unless you're willing to take a lot of risk. We traded live Friday and did well, but the liquidity is really not there. So be very careful when you're trading. Okay. Investing, it doesn't matter, right? Because you're not getting out right away. So in the meantime, be very careful. Watch the markets, watch the price action, and we'll see what happens. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horowitz. We're going to step out of a break, and we'll be right back with my commentary after the break. Well, kids, did a great webinar yesterday, and I hope you caught it. If not, you want to see it. This was on our portfolio models, micro minis. You can email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. I'll send you the link. It's free. Okay. And of course, don't forget about our brokerage partners. For equities, we use Tradier. They offer our people a flat, no-cost commission, $10 a month flat, no other fees. Certainly, I'd be happy to send you the link for Tradier. And of course, CTG does all of our futures and letter direction trading. And would love to introduce you there because they're really got a great customer service department. Really watch out for you. And they've got some great products as well. So if you want their information, just email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. And in the meantime, don't forget about our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. Let's get back to my commentary. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. And of course, every week I get to sound up the whole time, right? But I get to sound up something special at the end here. And this is my commentary, of course. And, again, I tell you, it is, I don't care if you're a Pelosi fan or not. If you are, you should go see a doctor because here's the party that is continually trying to to take this into a political issue, the coronavirus, not trying to chip in and help, not trying to get the thing solved, but yet creating more problems, okay, and making everyone political with their left media staff that continues to pound on whatever president, if he cured it tomorrow, they'd find a reason that he did something wrong. It is amazing, okay, to watch the disdain and how the media has become unbelievably only left, okay? Now, besides the fact that now we have Shifty Schiff back in place, and he wants to, and they're going to do an investigation right before the election. Okay, it is amazing, and God, how anybody, even if you're a lefty, okay, how you can not be disgusted by this action that they're taking when the country is in a shambles right now. The coronavirus is worldwide. It's a pandemic, okay, and yet the left is worried about putting together more trials, trying to impeach somebody backdoor because they couldn't impeach him the first time. I mean, basically, the Congress has done nothing for 3.5 years, okay? So how we cannot be totally in awe and shock that we would allow these people, okay, to run our government that have done nothing for the whole time they've been in office but steal our money, okay, and get paid. Again, it's criminal, and they're trying to put up the empty chair in Joe Biden, who couldn't find himself out of his own apartment probably. Okay, I mean, this guy's as bad as it gets. But of course, he will join the Romney family with 3 attempts at running for president and 3 failures. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line, Todd Bubba Horowitz. And again, everybody stay healthy, okay? Look, trade if you want. It's great. There's some action. Don't be afraid. Remember, you got to take a little bit more exposure if you're going to trade actively. Look for stuff you want to buy. I mean, look, this will all be cured eventually. If you find something good, go for it. But in the meantime, be healthy. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. Be good. And we'll see you tomorrow with Bubba's Bottom Line. But of course, those who only catch Bubba's Daily Update, but those who only catch Bubba's Line, we'll see you next Sunday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy. I appreciate you all. See you tomorrow for Bubba's Daily Update.